Good morning, children. Today I'll be taking the topic double circulation, that is pulmonary and systemic circulations in human body. This is a part of circulatory system. Now the circulation of blood through the human heart is represented as follows. See the diagrammatic sketch. From all the body parts, the superior and inferior vena cava, they bring the deoxygenated blood to the right auricle. The blood from the right auricle, deoxygenated blood, will go to the right ventricle, the lower chamber. From right ventricle through pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood will go to lungs for oxygenation. From the lungs, after oxygenation, the pulmonary veins will arise. They will carry oxygenated blood from the lungs and will pour it into the left auricle of the heart. The left auricle on contraction will give this oxygenated blood to its left ventricle. From the left ventricle, when it will contract, it will pass the blood into the main aorta. And from the aorta, the oxygenated blood is distributed to different parts of the body. We'll get the oxygenated blood, and this is one complete cycle of blood circulation takes place. And we'll find that blood flows twice in the heart before it completes one full round. To complete one full circulation, the blood is flowing twice in the heart. First time to the right of the heart, right auricle, right ventricle. Then through lungs, it will flow into the left auricle, left ventricle, and back to right auricle again. So this is one complete round. From the above circulation graph, you can see, we find that the blood has to pass twice through the heart so as to circulate once through the body. Once it passes through the right side, from where it reaches into the left side through lungs. So from the right side of the heart, when it reaches to left side through lungs, this part is called pulmonary circulation, which pertains to the heart through lungs. And the second type of blood circulation is from the heart to different parts of the body and back to the heart again. That is a type of circulation called as systemic circulation. So it is the second type is it passes through the left side to all body parts. It is long systemic circulation or general body circulation to the right side of heart through the right auricle. So from heart to lungs, from lungs to the heart, it is a short circulation called pulmonary circulation. Then from the heart to the body parts and from different body parts back to heart, this is a long way of circulation, and this is second type of circulation called as systemic circulation. So this type of circulation is called as double circulation. Why this is called double circulation? Because I have told you that blood flows twice in the heart before it completes one full round. Now, two types of circulation, pulmonary circulation, systemic circulation. The pulmonary circulation refers to the lungs. It starts from the pulmonary artery, and we'll find the pulmonary artery will arise from the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle, this pulmonary artery will carry the deoxygenated blood, moves out of the heart, divide into two branches. Each branch will go in each lung. So this pulmonary artery supplied deoxygenated blood to the lungs, will reach to the lungs for oxygenation. Then oxygenated blood from the lungs is returned to the left auricle through 4 pulmonary veins. 2 veins from each lung, pulmonary veins, will arise. Total 4 will arise from both the lungs and will bring the oxygenated blood back to the left auricle of the heart. So here you will find the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood, pulmonary artery. The only vein which carries oxygenated blood, pulmonary vein. This cycle is called pulmonary circulation, that is from the heart to lungs, from the lungs back to heart. It is a small flow area covering a small distance. So it is short pulmonary circulation. Then comes systemic circulation. Systemic circulation pertains to the major circulation in the body. It starts from the aorta that arises from the left ventricle. The aorta will arches back. When it will come out from the heart, it will take a turn and will from our shoulder, from the heart, it will rise up and will take a turn and will move to the back side, dorsal side of our body, that is, it will run to with parallel to the vertebral column. That is why now it is called as dorsal aorta. So this aorta arches back and continued behind as dorsal aorta. This aorta will give rise to, as it moves on, it will keep on giving out different branches, the different branches of arteries to supply blood to the different oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body. And this is how the aorta, through its branches, will supply all the oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body. So this cycle covers a longer distance from the heart, turns back, then throughout the body it moves, providing oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. So it covers a greater distance, and that is why it is called as a long systemic circulation. So circulation of oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the right auricle through various body parts or systems is called systemic circulation. Aorta that arises from the left ventricle arches around the right pulmonary artery. It continues, see, it arches around the right pulmonary artery this way. This is the pulmonary artery. Can you see this blue one? One branch is here, one is that side. And this is the aorta is coming out, and see how it forms an arch over the pulmonary artery. And thus around the pulmonary artery, it continues through the thorax and abdomen in front of vertebral column as dorsal aorta. Various branches that arise from dorsal aorta supply oxygenated blood to all the body parts. Then the deoxygenated blood from these parts is collected by various veins, and these veins from the different body parts the lower veins present in the lower parts of the body will join to form the inferior vena, will all pour their blood into the main vein, inferior vena cava, and from the anterior parts of the body, different parts of the body will bring, from the different parts of the body, the different veins will carry the deoxygenated blood and will pour the blood into the superior vena cava. So these two veins will pour the deoxygenated blood back into the right auricle. So these two vena cava pour deoxygenated blood into the right auricle. Again from right auricle, the blood will go to the lungs through pulmonary artery. Then from the lungs, pulmonary veins will bring the blood to the left auricle of the heart. From the left auricle of the heart, it will go into left ventricle. Then from left ventricle to aorta, aorta will again distribute to different parts of the body. From different parts of the body, the superior and inferior vena cava will give back to the heart. This is how one complete round takes place, and for that one complete round, the blood enters into the heart twice. So that is why human circulation is double. It is called as double circulation, the two blood circulation. Now, what is heartbeat or cardiac cycle? The time taken by one systole, that is one contraction phase of the heart followed by the diastolic phase. This one complete round is called as one cardiac cycle, one heart cycle. One complete cycle also corresponds to heartbeat. Human heartbeat 72 times in 1 minute, or one heartbeat is completed in 0.85 seconds. So 0.85 seconds the heart takes to complete one cycle. This heartbeat or cardiac cycle consists of 3 phases. The heartbeat or the cardiac cycle always starts with the auricular systole. During this phase, the auricles are in the phase of contraction, systolic phase. When the auricles contract, they will push the blood into their respective ventricles. This is completed in 0.15 seconds, total time taken. As the blood comes into the ventricles, now the ventricles are ready. The wave of contraction will pass to ventricles. Now they are ready for contraction. So ventricles will enter into the systolic phase. They contract and they push the blood into pulmonary artery and aorta. This process, the contraction of the ventricles pushing the blood into their respective blood vessels, is completed in 0.30 seconds. During ventricular systole, when the ventricles are contracting, the time that it has taken, during simultaneously at that time the auricles are in the diastolic phase because they had already contracted and they have allowed the blood to flow in ventricles, and they are relaxing now, they are dilating. Ventricles are contracting, and that time they are pushing the blood into their respective blood vessels. As this phase is over, the ventricles also start dilating. So there is a moment when all the 4 chambers of the heart are in the relaxing diastolic phase. That short time period of hardly 0.40 seconds is called as joint diastole. Diastole means relaxing phase, when all the 4 chambers of the heart are in the relaxing state. And that happens when the auricles are already in diastole stage and the ventricles after systole starts coming in the diastole stage. Then all the 4 chambers for a fraction of seconds are in the state of diastole, that is joint diastole. Now joint diastole it extends for 0.40 seconds, during which all the 4 chambers of the heart are in relaxed state. This is joint diastole, and this term is important. Now how this origin and conduction and regulation, how the heartbeat, cardiac cycle, the contraction, systolic and diastolic phase takes place. How is it possible? What impulses are there which is making the heart to contract and relax in a rhythmic, systemic way? They always beat in a regular way. There is no irregular beating. There is no irregular movement of the contraction and relaxation of the heart. So this is how, from where it starts, how it is conducted and how it is regulated. Heartbeat we'll find out the theory behind it. In the walls of the heart, there are 4 bundles of specialized muscle fibers. They have the properties of nerve cells, that is impulses, the sensation. They can be conducted through them and they are termed as nodal tissue. So 4 types of muscle fibers are there which serves as as the nerve cells carry the function, so they carry this function, and they are responsible to send the sensation. Now we'll find one such bundle is called as sinoatrial node, SA node, which is present in the wall of the right auricle. See here, just at the opening of near the opening of the superior vena cava. This one, sinoatrial node. Commonly, this node is in common language also called as pacemaker. Then there is another node which is called as AV node, that is auriculoventricular node, and this is present near the ventral margin of interauricular septum, means the dividing line, the joining line between the two auricles is present, the enteroventricular node, AV node, near the tricuspid wall. It is present near the tricuspid wall, and this is present near the opening of superior vena cava. Then from this AV node, that is an auriculoventricular node, we will find the bundle of muscle fibers arise. Can you see this red color bundle? Called as bundle of His, which consists of right and left branches, and these bundle of His are present at the interventricular septum, that is the joining line between the two ventricles. These bundles, they run to the tip apex of the heart. These two bundles, this bundle of His, the two main bundles, they give out large number of branches of muscle fibers called Purkinje fibers. They give Purkinje fibers and form a network. These fibers form a network of fibers which spread throughout the walls of the ventricles. The command of the heartbeat, that is the heartbeat always starts with the contraction of auricles, systolic phase. The command is given by sinoatrial node, SA node, which is present in the inner wall of the right auricle, and this node is also called as pacemaker. Now the heartbeat that starts at SA node causes the contraction of auricles, and this auricles, when they contract, this wave through these nerve fibers will pass into will be passing into the AV node, from there into the bundle of His, and from bundle of His through Purkinje fibers to spread, to carry these impulses, sensation from auricles to the ventricles. So this is how the wave of contraction from the auricles will proceed towards from the auricles towards the ventricles. If the bundle of His does not function properly, the ventricles will not contract, and this condition is called as heart block. The rate of heartbeat is controlled by both the nervous system and endocrine system. So this is all about the heartbeat. Also one heartbeat called as cardiac cycle, one complete cardiac cycle, and how it is originated through SA node, how it is being conducted through these muscle fibers, bundle of His, Purkinje fibers, and how it is regulated, the complete heartbeat. So tomorrow I will be taking the pulse and the types of blood vessels. Thank you.